Okay, everybody, I'm going to look at a couple more word problems today. We already talked about this one in a previous video up here with this checking account, so we're going to talk about this golf one here, little Tiger Woods. So here it says a score of 0 is called even par, 2 under par is -2, 2 over par is written as +2. Suppose a player shot 4 under par, so it'd be -4, 2 over par, that'd be a +2, even par is 0, and 3 under par would be -3. It says they do this in 4 rounds of the tournament. So what's the player's final score? So like we discussed in the previous videos, I'm going to use commutative property of addition here and do -4 plus -3 and get -7. So add the two negatives together, put a negative sign with it, and bring down that +2 so 0 disappears. Now you didn't have to do that. You could have done right down the line, so -4 plus 2 and then +0 and then +3. That works as well. Now from here, you can do the different methods we discussed in the past. You can do the number line method, you can do the absolute value method, you can do counters. Regardless, when you have -7 plus 2, you get that final value of -5 there. Next problem I want to look at, I'm going to flip a couple pages and check out, let's see, this problem. Flip the book down a little bit. Alright, talking about weather up here. It says during January, the normal high temperature in Duluth, Minnesota is 16 degrees Fahrenheit, and the normal low temperature is -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So find the difference. Remember, difference means a subtraction type problem between the temperatures. So you're going to do the high minus the low here. Basically, you're finding the range. So 16 goes down. Remember, the difference means subtraction. Now you put your low value, which is -2. So remember, when we talk about subtracting integers, different people say different things. Some of you say keep, change, flip. Some of you talk about copy, change, switch. As long as you remember that you're going to keep the first sign the same. In other words, the first integer the same sign, so don't do anything to it. Just go ahead and write it down again. Change that subtraction sign to addition, and then make that negative a positive. In other words, switch the back sign of this integer here. So I end up having 16 plus 2, which is going to be some easy peasy math for you. Add it together to get 18 degrees Fahrenheit. So it becomes basic addition for you once you do that first move. A similar type problem down here, just with bigger numbers, is talking about geography. Says the highest point in California is Mount Whitney with an elevation of 14,494 feet. The lowest point is Death Valley, elevation -282 feet. To find the difference, once again, subtraction sign in the elevations. So the biggest value is 14,494. Put down the subtraction sign for the difference. And now put down your lowest value, which is -282. Once we copy, change, switch it again. So copy that first number down. Change subtraction to addition, switch the value of that last number. It becomes basic addition again. Once again, very easy problem to finish off here, and you get 14,776 feet. I'll flip the page here, and let's take a look at this problem. It says the research submarine Alvin, used to locate the wreck of the Titanic, descends at a rate of about 100 feet per minute. So descends means it goes down 100 feet per minute. That's where I got that -100 from. Which integer describes the distance Alvin travels in 5 minutes? So if it goes down 100 feet each minute, and you're doing it for 5 minutes, you're going to multiply these two numbers. So 100 times 5 will give you 500. And since you have multiplication with different signs for your integers, make it a negative for your final answer there. So -500, which is A. When it comes to this problem over here, talking about temperature, this is a two-step problem. It says during a 10-hour period, the temperature in Browning, Montana changed at a rate of -10 degrees per hour. In other words, it fell 10 degrees each hour. So I got my -10 now. And it was starting at 44 degrees. So what was the ending temperature? So from here, if it falls 10 degrees each hour and does it for 10 hours, you can multiply those two. Similar to the last problem, multiply together, so 10 times 10 gives you 100. Since you have different signs here with multiplication, pop a negative in that final piece, so you get -100 there. In other words, it decreased 100 degrees over that time period. So you're at 44, and you're going to put a -100 with that 44 now to get that final answer. Now some people might write this as 44 minus 100, some people might write 44 plus -100. They're both the same. So from here you go ahead and solve this final piece. That's where they're getting their -56 degrees Fahrenheit from. Let's take a look at one more problem. Alright. This one's another two-step problem here. So, talking about finding the average or the mean. So some of you may remember the average and mean is talking about adding up all the digits and then dividing by how many you have. So from here, you got to go back in. You're going to do 4 plus negative 8 plus 9 plus negative 3 plus negative 7 plus 10 plus 2, or look how I've written it down here. I grouped them up. I went ahead and put all the positives together with plus signs between them, and I put all the negatives together with plus signs between them. So for me, that's the easy way to solve it. I can once again use commutative property of addition, and that'll help me change the order to kind of group stuff together. You don't have to do that. You can go right down the line, but it's up to you. So here, when I do 4 plus 9, I get 13, and then plus 10 is 23, plus 2 is 25. Bring my plus sign over. And then we got negative 8 plus negative 3 is negative 11, plus negative 7 is negative 18. And now from here, we've got 25 plus negative 18. So once again, the number line method, absolute value method, counters, all that stuff would work. From here, you'll get a positive 7. Write these final steps in. Now, that's not your final answer. That just means we've done the first piece. So where we added these pieces up, we got a value of 7. So now we have to divide by how many numbers that we had. In other words, how many numbers that we had for our data pieces. So here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers that we were working with. So we're going to divide 7 by 7. And when you divide those two numbers, you see you get that value of 1, which is your final answer there. So hopefully some of these word problems will kind of help you out with applying these integer rules into real life situations. All right, y'all. Thanks.